What's up, ninjas? Welcome to Yoga with Dojo Cat. So today we are going to do a 20-minute total body yoga flow that you can do every day to get the body moving. Maybe you want to do it in the morning to wake the body up. Maybe you want to do it on a lunch break just to give yourself a little movement, a little bit of love. I'm using some props today. I have a blanket to support my knee. My knee is still injured. I'm getting better, but as you can see, I'm still rocking the cane. And I'm also using some blocks. If you would like to use some blocks as well, please do. Blocks are great props to help you not only make modifications, but measure your progress. So grab your blocks, grab your blanket, and you can put the blanket underneath your knees if you need the extra support here. And let's just get into it. So we're going to begin in this staff pose here. Blanket under the knees, flexing the feet, pressing the heels into the mat, and pulling the spine nice and tall. Interlock your fingers and press your palms outward, getting a nice stretch in the hands. And then bring the palms to the sky, pulling that spine nice and long. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, you're just going to twist your torso to the right. Pause for a breath. And on your next inhale, come back to center. Take a deep breath in and exhale to the left. Pause for a breath. And inhale, come back to center. And you're going to release your hands. Really reach, creating nice space in the spine. And take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, twisting deeply to the right. Left hand to the right knee, gaze over that right shoulder, nice deep twist. Pausing for a breath here. And inhaling the hands back to the sky, reach, create space in the spine and the rib cage. And exhale, twist to the left, gaze over the left shoulder, hand on the right knee. Left knee. And release the twist, come back to center. We are going to bring our legs as wide as is comfortable for you. For me, that's not very comfortable. So I'm just gonna go a little wider than my mat here. Still flexing the feet, pulling that spine nice and tall. Inhale the hands to the sky. Turn your torso to that left leg and exhale, fold over that leg. Trying to touch your nose to the knee. If you need, you can keep a nice bend in the legs and just hold on to your shin. And then over time, straighten the leg for more flexibility. And release this pose, sitting back up. Inhale your hands to the sky. Turn your torso to the right. Exhale, fold over the right leg. And release, sitting back up. Pull the spine nice and long. Inhale the hands to the sky. Exhale, hinging forward at the hips. Bringing the hands to the mat. Trying not to round the spine. If you're not very flexible, that's okay. Beautiful. Sit back up. Bend the knees, bringing the heels about hip distance apart. And you're just going to lean back on your hands here. Fingers facing the same direction as the toes, and just pull your shoulder blades together, opening up the chest. This is a nice little shoulder stretch too. And release, but we're going to keep our hands and our feet where they are. But we're going to take our right leg and cross it above the left knee. If you want a deeper stretch, you can pull that left heel in a little closer. I'm keeping mine nice and far away because I don't have a lot of mobility in this knee yet. But you are going to want to Take that knee and press it back. Open up that hip flexor. Keep your spine nice and tall. Good, and release. Bring that right heel back to the mat. We're actually going to bring our feet a little wider than hip distance apart and just rock our knees side to side. And come back to center. Bring your feet back where they were. This time we will take that to the other side. So left ankle crossed above the right knee. Bringing that right heel where you need it. Maybe you need to adjust your hands like me. And just press that knee out. Now, just a note, if you're feeling any sharp pains in the knee, just pull back. Maybe don't go as deep. One more deep breath in. And exhale, release that foot. We are going to move on to a gate pose here. So I'm just going to adjust this blanket and bring it under the knees for a little more support. So we're going to put our weight on that left knee here, straighten the right leg. Obviously, I'm keeping a bend in that knee because I need to, but my toes are facing the short part of my mat. Okay, bring your left hand underneath your shoulder, and then extend that right arm overhead, really reach, creating space in between your fingertips all the way to the toes. Nice side body stretch. And on your next exhale, you're gonna lift your torso up, bring your arms to a T. Take a breath in and exhale, bend sideways over that straight leg, reaching that left arm overhead. And release that pose. We're gonna pick up those left toes, pivot them back towards the short part of the mat, plant the hands, tuck the toes, lift the hips to the sky for downward facing dog. Take whatever movement that you feel like you need in this pose. Maybe you wanna pedal out your feet. Maybe you have tension in your neck and you just wanna nod your head yes, or shake your head no. Or maybe you just wanna find some stillness. Bringing your mind to your breath, following the air in through the nose and out through the mouth. Just gonna move this blanket out of the way so we can go on with the rest of our flow. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, you can hop, step, or crawl your feet to the top of your mat, or I guess the back of whatever, to the short part of your mat, meeting in a forward fold. And again, take whatever movement you need here. You can keep your hands on the mat if you like, underneath the shoulders. Maybe you want to bend and straighten one leg at a time. Maybe you want to tuck your arms into your elbows and just ragdoll and sway gently side to side. It's all up to you. This is your practice. Take what you need. And inhale, halfway lift, flat back, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. And then tuck the chin to the chest and roll up one vertebrae at a time. Rolling the shoulders up and down away from the ears at the top. We're going to go into our first balancing pose from here. So putting our weight into that right side, we are going to bend and lift that left knee, flexing the foot. Option to stay right here. Oh, sorry, I need to grab my blocks to have them available to me, because I wasn't really anticipating being on this side. All right, so staying right here if you need to. Or if you want to add a little bit of a challenge here, you can bring your arms out to a T and then twist over to that lifted knee, taking your gaze behind you to that left hand. And again, you have the option to stay right here if this is enough for you. Or we can go into a half moon by taking our right fingertips and gently tipping forward. I'm going to hold on to one of my blocks, but you can just bring your fingertips to the mat in front of you. But I'm holding a block underneath my hand. Lifting that left leg parallel, turning the hips so that they're open towards the wall and stacked, and then extending the left arm to the sky. Pull the belly button into the spine. Find something to focus on. Don't hold your breath. Just bringing my leg down because my knee can't quite take it just yet. And holding for 3, 2, 1, tip back. Release your block if you have it. Bend that front leg. Extend the arms out to a T, meeting in a warrior 2. Really reach in between your right fingertips all the way to the left ones. And cartwheel your hands down to the mat. Step back into plank. Pause for a breath. Shift forward. Lower the belly down to the mat. Inhale for cobra. And we're going to exhale into a puppy pose. So in puppy pose here, similar to child's pose, except we're keeping our hips stacked above our knees. Extend the arms out in front of you. And then you can bring your forehead to the mat, or if you want an extra challenge, bring your chin to the mat. I'm working on that chin flexibility right now. So I'm going to bring my chin to a block on its lowest setting. One more breath. And release the pose. Setting the block aside. And then from here, we are going to take that flow to the other side. So just going to adjust my blanket here. This time we're going to put our weight on the right knee and straighten the left leg. Toes pointing the short part of your mat. Hand is underneath your shoulders to the right of that right knee. Extend the left arm overhead and reach, creating length in the spine, finding space in the rib cage. One more breath. And release, lifting back up, arms to a T, and then bend sideways over that straight leg, reaching that right arm over your head. I'm just making adjustments here because I can't put all that weight on my knee, but you keep doing what you're doing. And release that stretch. Pick up the right toes. Pivot them behind you so you're turning towards the short part of your mat. Plant the hands, lift the hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Now just do a little body scan here. How does your left side feel compared to your right side? And from here, pausing for a breath, and then finding your way to the top of your mat, whether you're hopping, stepping, or floating, meeting in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Tuck the chin to the chest and roll up. Nice and slow, one vertebrae at a time. Rolling shoulders up and down away from the ears at the top. Whew. We'll take that balance pose to our other side here. So putting all that weight into the left foot this time and picking up the right knee, flexing the foot. Staying right here if this is enough for you. Or extend those arms out to a T. Oh, I just realized my blocks are on the other side now. Doing great today. Anyways, twisting to the right side this time. Gaze on that right hand or the wall behind you. And again, if this is enough for you, feel free to stay in this twist or come into that revolved half moon with me by tipping forward, bringing the left fingertips to your mat or a block, extending the right leg out behind you, turning the hips open so that they're facing the wide part of your mat, stacking the hips, stacking the shoulders by extending that right arm overhead. And holding for 3, 2, 1 before releasing, gently tipping that right foot back, keeping that foot parallel to the short part of your mat, bending that left leg, extending the arms out to a T, meeting in a warrior 2. And we'll go through our flow here, cartwheeling the hands down to the mat, planting the hands, stepping back into a plank, pausing for a breath. Shifting forward, lowering yourself all the way to the belly. Inhaling for upward facing dog or cobra. And as you exhale, we're going to move into our final pose, child's pose. So bring the knees nice and wide, big toes to touch, and melt your hips all the way down to your heels. I'm just going to go into that puppy pose again because I can't bend my knee that far just yet. And from here, I want you to bring your mind to your breath. Focus on slowing down the breath. Make the exhales longer than the inhales. Focus on filling up the belly, really feeling your waist expand. And then slowly letting the air out through the mouth. Keep your mind on your body and how it feels right now. Feel your palms and your knees and your toes on the mat. Feel your forehead. Maybe you want to roll your forehead side to side. And one more breath in this pose. And you can release this pose and find a comfortable seat. That is it for today. Thank you so much for joining me and being patient with me while I heal. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe. If you're not subscribed, I don't know what you're doing, but I would love to have you in my little dojo. If you want to follow me on social media, you can find me on Instagram and TikTok at dojocat713. If you are in the Saskatoon area and would like to do a live class with me, I would love to see you. That information is on my Instagram page. And if you prefer to do longer videos, I have a Patreon where I post longer videos, 45 minutes to an hour. And I would love to see you there. Any support that you have, whether it be liking, subscribing, or joining my Patreon, helps me keep doing what I'm doing. And I appreciate the support so much. that is it for this week. Go drink some water, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and I will see you guys next week. Os.